Hello everyone, it's Retraction and welcome back to another Transformers review. We are here with the Transformers Micromaster Combiner Missile Launcher, released by Hasbro in 1990. And this is one of the two Autobot Micromaster Combiner transports, which are obviously the next level up from the Micromaster transports. And these ones would, have two Micromasters and were more evolved, technically. But yeah, this is the Micromaster Combiner Missile Launcher. It's not actually got transport in the title. I mean, there's the cannon transport and the tanker truck. So yeah, this one hasn't actually got the word transport in its title. Unlike the cannon transport, this one's just called the Missile Launcher. Hence the giant missiles right there. Anyway, we've got Surge and Retro as the two Micromasters. It's quite cool. Again, we've got the ramps, and fortunately this one does not really stay, unlike the cannon transport. Got this from the same person back in 2021 for Christmas. And oh dear, keeping the sections together is a bit of a nightmare. But here's the two Micromasters. Rolls quite well. Obviously the Micromasters peg in like so, and you have them at the back, the front and back, pulling it along. And here's Surge, and you can see these are repaints of the Constructor Squad, which I have. I can't remember the names of these ones, but as you can see we've got the crane there. My one doesn't actually have the crane. The Constructor Squad version of this guy, which this is just a repaint of that team. All of the Micromaster Combiner cannon transports were repaints. All the Micromasters from the Micromaster Combiner transports were all repaints of the Constructor Squad. So all 6 of them. So each one came with 2 Micromasters. So this is the front section. As you can see, it's red and black. It's quite cool with some white windows. The crane moves quite well, it articulates. It's quite good. Obviously, it can come off because I have a version of this without it. Transform it. What we're going to do is we're going to put out these sections here. These sections out. There you go. They become the feet, and there's Surge in robot mode. And he's got a good head sculpt. He's got, a gold face, sort of like Optimus Prime in a way. He's got his moulded fists. It's quite a good one. Obviously, the crane's just hanging off the back there, which becomes a bit of an issue later on. And here's the other side, and it's not a very convincing vehicle, this one, but as you can see, the crane goes up and down. To transform it, we're going to take this section out, and this is going to become a giant block. But first, you've got to pull these arms out, like that. And this is Retro in robot mode, and he's an interesting one. They're not bad Micromasters, though. Obviously he's got the crane thing hanging off him like a scorpion tail. Yeah, he's got a good head sculpt, and orange and red is quite a cool colour scheme. And then he's got a green and red for this one. It's almost like a bluish green, almost turquoise in colour. It's getting there. Getting to a turquoise colour. But there's the Micromasters. They're pretty cool. Again, moulded fists. Obviously no articulation except from the hands. Except from in the arms even. And all they do is go up and down. But when they go down, they just form the wheel section. So, can't do much of that. But that's fine. At least, and there is a bend, of course. A bend at the legs so they can sit in the vehicles and everything. Yep, that's the two Micromasters. Quite good. Good head sculpt on this one. The detail is impeccable. The Micromasters, some of the cooler, definitely one of the best sublines at the end of Transformers, the original, the G1 line. But here's the cannon, here's the missile launcher transport. So to transform it, what we're going to do is we're going to take these ramps off. They're just plugged in again with these pegs that are commonly broken off. And this section just splits. So it's not meant to yet. As you can see, it's just held in with a peg system that shouldn't be happening just yet. What happens is we're going to push this part, extends, it goes up, and it forms the missile launcher. Then what we do is we take these sections out. Unfortunately, it's really not going to stay in. So there we go. That's that. And these parts, we're going to take this section, reveal some stickers, but it's going to just fold down into place. And there's a few holes on the side here, which we're going to plug these into, like so. And we're going to take those ramps back. This can, yeah, it can go up there like that. Unfortunately, one of the stickers is missing. It's peeled off on that one. So we've got the one on that side. Could swap those over. So the one with the bad stickers on that side and the one with the good stickers on the other. And there it is. It forms a bridge section. Missile launcher. The missiles do actually come off. They don't fire, but as you can see, the missiles are quite big. They're really big, and they've got, you know, the fins on the back side here, and it's engraved into the plastic. So they're slotted. They're slotted in because of the fins on the side. Have been molded into the plastic. The design. So it's been cut away into the plastic, the shape of the missile, so they just slot in like so. That's what I was trying to say. You've got the missiles there, and you got two more blasters there, or cannons or guns, whatever. And there's a slot here to put someone, which of course you can sit someone in there. He can go in there like so. It looks quite good. Don't actually know which one's supposed to be in there. I mean, they could both fit in. Can't remember which one the box art shows. So he has a bit of a hard time getting in there, but he hasn't got the stupid crane thing hanging off the back of him. I do think Surge is the one I got right now. Yeah, I think Surge is supposed to go in there. So we'll put him back in like so. And what you can do with Retro is, well, he can obviously transform and back into his vehicle mode and use the bridge. Just go over the bridge like so. So that's what he can do. Or he can stand on guard and fire off one of these cannons. So yeah, the missiles don't fire, which is a bit of a shame really. This launcher though does pivot. They could have done that, possibly. That section does not want to stay in whatsoever. Yeah, the launcher can go up and down. It can pivot, which is really cool. It can even go all the way to the back there, so it can fire off like anti-aircraft missiles or something. But yeah, this is a really cool mechanism that we got here. It extends and you can go up and down, a bit like Mask Afterburner actually. It's really cool. It's a really nice colour scheme. The yellow, the purple is a bit weird, but I guess it's a nice contrast. And yep, so that's the base mode. That's the missile launcher in its base mode. It's really cool. The launcher pivoting up and down is, well, the pivot. The fact that the launcher pivots is really cool, and you can fire them off like so. The stickers are quite nice up here. Some good sticker detail. And this grey section is quite cool. And like I said, this works flawlessly. It's fantastic. You can go all the way back like that, really far back, and really far forward. So, you know, you can shoot people from far away, and it can take out Decepticons. It can take out Decepticons from far away and right in front, or or above. It's very cool. Or below. So there you go. That's that. Or right in front of them. Who knows? Yeah, both missiles are the exact same. Detail on these are quite nice. I don't know if these get yellowed or not. They are like a greyish plastic. They do slot in there very nicely. They hold in quite well. This section down the middle here doesn't. And that will take us to the next mode. Because what we're going to do is we're going to close this up like that. Take the ramps off. The ramps will hook up to other Micromaster bases, because they got the connectors. The ramps are of no use now. And now what happens is it splits apart to form the attack mode, which is the two separate vehicles. The other configuration the Micromaster Combiner transports have, which is the base mode splits into two, the main mode splits into two smaller vehicles, which each of the Micromasters can pilot. So as you can see, we can put him in there. Unfortunately, he doesn't sit very well in there, because of the design. It's a bit weak, that one, unfortunately. Not the best mode for this transport. Unfortunately, none of the attack modes are really that great. I prefer the mode where they're combined and it's like a bridge or whatever you call it, a base, bridge, whatever. The tanker truck's a bit lackluster in both modes, but this one doesn't really do it for me in this mode. Yeah, it's definitely best as either the transport or the base bridge, whatever you want to call it. But this one, you know, it's quite cool. It's got the missiles. It can go all the way back and forward, and you know, the missiles can fire off and everything. It's quite good. It can still, you know, lean forward, which is nice. So, you know, you can imagine this one driving around, but firing them off might not be particularly good because the weight of it might slow it down. You know, this one is just pitiful really because of the design here. There's some quite good detail in that. It's nice how they added the detail in, but because of the slot being not, you know, this slot is quite deep obviously because it allows the figure to go in. Again, there's some quite good detail down there. There's some good moulding all across this, but obviously you can actually fit someone in there. It's deep enough to put a figure in. This one isn't. It just sort of stops. So he's just in there. He's practically standing up as this thing's rolling around, driving around, and he's probably going to fall off or get hit off. He gets taken off really easily from one single blast. Who knows? Yeah, he doesn't stay in there particularly well, so it's a bit of a fail, this mode. But anyway, that is the Transformers Micromaster Combiner Missile Launcher Missile Launcher. It's a great set. It's one of the best Micromaster transports. The tanker truck I don't have, and I think that's a great one. But this and the cannon transport are fantastic as far as the Micromaster Combiners go. The Battlefield Headquarters is a cool set. I do have that. I do have the Battlefield. I mean, it's a cool bait. It's a cool play set. This one does work quite well as a play set. It's really cool. The ramps, obviously, you can't do much with in this mode, so you have to keep them aside. But if you're not going to display it in this mode, and I don't recommend you do, then if you know, these ramps can be used in the other two modes. So this has been Retroaction with the Transformers Micromaster Combiner Missile Launcher. Definitely get it if you can find it. It is one of the harder ones to find. I managed to track this and the cannon transport down last year. It took a while, and Scorpionock as well. All three of those things are very difficult to get, especially complete, because with the ramps unbroken, because you don't want these connectors to be destroyed. You don't want the connectors to be split. You know, you don't want these pegs to be broken off if you're gonna, you know, put them onto the transport. Yeah, using the holes here. But either way, out of the Micromaster Combiner transports, this is the best one. Anyway, it's been Retroaction. Very much watching. It was definitely hard to get this set, being it came out at the very end of the line in the US and towards the end of the line in the UK and Europe. But anyway, it's been Retroaction with the Micromaster Combiner Missile Launcher. Very much watching. I think that's about it for the Micromasters now. I mean, like I said, I got Countdown. I got parts of anti-aircraft base. I haven't actually managed to find one yet. I've been looking for it for years. I got Battlefield Headquarters and Countdown, but Countdown requires me taking it out of the box because I put it back in the box because it's to take for storage. So definitely go answer that one day. Anyway, it's been Retroaction. Thank you much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye for now.